Another woke, left-wing liberal gets a taste of what she helped create. Welcome to Dave's Club, where we make fun of the woke left on a daily basis. I'm glad you're here. I got another good show today. This is a topic that gets me riled. Again, I have no sympathy for these people. Their chickens are coming home. We're seeing it more every day. The left is eating itself, and I love it. Let's take a look. The article's title reads, Bklyn Museum Director's Home Targeted by Pro-Palestinian Activists. Yeah, and who empowered those activists to act this way? The entrance to Museum Director Anne Pasternak's apartment building was vandalized with red paint and a banner describing her and the museum as a white supremacist Zionist. Oh, look who's being called a white supremacist now. Very interesting, isn't it? Let me give you a taste of the politics of Anne Pastornak. Quote, there is a war on culture in this country. There is a war on people of color, on immigrants, and on women. Wow, she got almost all the oppressed groups. What about LGBTQ+++? What about them? You missed a victim group, Anne. Isn't there a war on them too? Here is a short clip of Pastornak describing her progressive leanings.
So we like to think of ourselves as progressive, and in many ways we are, which means that we have women in leadership positions. For example, they're the chief curators of many of our museums, and they've risen over the recent decades, quite exponentially.
Were there people who raised questions about whether a woman could do this job?
Not to my face, they didn't.
Yeah.
Now, imagine walking into the Bklyn Museum wearing a MAGA hat. Let's see how open and tolerant she would be. All right, the article goes on. According to information posted by New York officials, a building in Brooklyn Heights and other locations affiliated with Bklyn Museum leaders were targeted overnight between the 11th and 12th of June. Outside the building in Brooklyn Heights, a banner was hung with the message, Bklyn Museum Anne Pastornak, white supremacist Zionist, and funds genocide, as well as blood-red handprints. Nearby doors and windows were also splashed with fake blood. This is an abhorrent act of anti-Semitism, and it has no place in New York or anywhere else, New York State's Governor Kathy Hochul wrote in a post on X. We stand with the Jewish community in the face of hate and will continue to fight anti-Semitism wherever it rears its ugly head. Blah, blah, blah. All of you created this. Now you have to deal with it. And I think it's already too late. The tiger is out of the cage. You're not going to get him back in. Now you've got rabid leftists running amok, and the media, government officials, Hollywood has all encouraged it. All right, let me read a little more. We are deeply troubled by these horrible acts targeting leaders connected to the museum, a spokesperson for the Bklyn Museum told the art newspaper in a statement. For 2 centuries, the Bklyn Museum has worked to foster mutual understanding through art and culture, and we have always supported peaceful protests and open, respectful dialogue. Violence, vandalism, and intimidation have no place in that discourse. These people are so full of BS. It's fine to protest conservatives. It's fine to show up to a conservative event and cause chaos. But when it's directed at them, suddenly it's violence and vandalism. All right, that's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing how the rabid dogs the left have unleashed are now turning on their owners. It's just a matter of time now. As always, please support the channel by liking and subscribing. I'm churning these out every day, and you don't want to miss it. See you next time.